Hello, and welcome to a fantastic evening. If you guys have been watching the YouTube, you have seen some new releases. We have new videos coming out, and we're talking a lot about what lenders you can use when you're actually looking for the lines of credit that you need. Okay. So I'm getting that question a whole lot, and I want to talk about what lenders you need to go to, maybe if you're looking for the line of credit currently. Okay. Now I realize that I do not have like referrals. I'm not recommending people. The reason being is I am not a financial advisor. I am just teaching some things that I have been doing in my own finances now for years. And I wanted to jump on here a minute just to let you guys know that you can find a lender that is going to help you with whatever it is that you're needing to get your financial situation under control. And the point is once you understand that the tools are there, okay? The tools are out there. It's just that you have to know what you're asking for when you go to the bank. Okay. So let's answer that question really quick. Wanted to give you all a heads up that, the YouTube channel is it's releasing some new material. We're going to be talking a lot about the infinite banking concept. That's my new favorite. I've told you guys I absolutely love that. But we are getting a lot of questions about the lenders. Where do you go to find the line of credit that you're looking for? And I want to talk a little bit about that. I'm going to have YouTube on here as well so that, everybody can get the information that you're looking for. We want you all to be excited about your finances again. If I could tell you one thing, finances, once I got them under control, once that I brought order to the chaos, and you may be feeling it too. You may really be in a situation to where you're feeling pressured. You're feeling like you're suffocating. That's what having too much debt does. That's what having the wrong kinds of debt does. It just makes you feel like that you're weighted down and you're not able to think about anything else. You're not able to even sleep well. Okay. The point is that once you get your finances in order, it's going to change your life. It's going to change your life. And when you're looking for that bank tool that I talk about, we're talking about the HELOCs, right? The personal lines of credit. We're talking about HELOCs, the home equity lines of credit. That's first and second position too. So you've got different tools that you can be looking at. And when you hear me talk about these tools, I literally went out at the banks in my area. Okay. So if you're looking at the banks in your area and you're asking them about these tools and you feel like that you're getting rejected, don't feel bad. Don't get discouraged. The point is that the people that work in the banks don't necessarily know what you're talking about. They don't have any idea either. So, I want you to stay encouraged. Keep looking at the different banks, keep asking the different questions. And when you walk into a bank or a credit union, and the credit unions are really, really good to work with in your area, okay? Don't leave them out. The community banks and the credit unions, seriously, those are the ones that may have the tool that you're looking for. So, walk in and you're going to say, hey, I'm looking for a revolving line of credit. A revolving line. Don't let them get you in a loan. They're going to make that suggestion because, oh, are you talking about a personal loan? And you're like, no, I'm talking about a revolving line of credit. And you may have to educate the representative that you're talking to. It's just because they're just taught to do those basic things at the bank. and they may not even know the difference between a loan and a line. That's why it's important that you get educated and you know what you're talking about, so that when you're walking in and you're asking for these things, they can't just hand you junk because you know what you're talking about. Okay, so with the revolving line, and I'm just going to give you an overview really quick of what this revolving line means in contrast to the loan. Okay, so when you've got a revolving line, that means that you can put money into the line. All right, just go with me. You can put money into the line, but then you can pull it right back out if you wanted to. Okay, I hope that makes sense. The revolving line, and this is what you ask for, a revolving line of credit. Okay, say it just like this. The HELOC is a revolving line of credit. It's a home equity line of credit. So when you see HELOC, oh, my marker is trying to go out. HELOC, you have to own a home to have a HELOC. Okay, you have to own a home because that's the home's equity. All right, if you're looking for a PLOC, that's a personal line of credit, not a personal loan. Why is it not a loan? Why don't we just go in and say, hey, I want a loan, can you give me one? Because you want it to be revolving. You want to be able to put your income into this line, but then you want to be able to pull it right back out as you need it. Why do we do that? Because when our income goes into the line, you're reducing the balance, which is reducing the interest charges that you're going to be charged. Okay, so please understand, I can't even tell you how many times I've had that question lately. And people will say to me, well, I went by my bank and I asked for a personal loan, and I'm like, I look at the loan as a 4-letter word. We don't want the loan. That's why you're in the mess you're in right now. I talked with a lady today, and she had a personal loan for $60,000. And do you know that it was at 28% interest? Okay, so, well, Christy, the credit card's at 29%. No, those are two different types of interest. The loan is not the simple interest that's in a line. So when you're talking about a 29% interest rate on a credit card, believe it or not, people, it's lower than most of the interest that you have on a loan, especially your home loan, that mortgage. You have got to get educated. You have got to get educated on what you're using at the bank. Oh my goodness, listen. No, the PLOC, I did not say the PLOC uses your home's equity. No. Okay, let's pay attention. Okay. The home equity line of credit is a HELOC. The PLOC is a personal line of credit. You do not need any collateral to have the PLOC, okay? All right, so do know and understand what you're going into the bank to ask for, okay? It's very important. So we're going to talk about really quick. Let me give you all just a few minutes to run down some information here. Okay, here we go. So we talked about the revolving line, and then we're going to talk about the loan. Now the loan, and we all know it. We've been dealing with loans all of our lives now. But the loan is closed, meaning that your income goes in, but you cannot pull it back out. So if you have $100 payment due per month on a loan and you put your $100 in, it's in. You cannot say, hey, wait a minute, I need $50. Can I have that back? And they're going to be like, no, you can't. So this is the loan. And then the line is an open end, meaning, again, like I said, income can go in and then you can pull it right back out if you need it again. When your income goes in and you have $100 payment due on your line as well, when you put your income in, if it's $120 that you put in, if it's $1,000 that you put in, when it goes in, this monthly payment is satisfied, meaning you put in enough to cover what they were asking for that day or that month. It goes in, it's satisfied, you're good to go until the next month. And if you need the monies that you put into the line, you can turn around and take another withdrawal. That's what makes the live, these lines, not the live, I'm doing a live. That's what makes the line so exciting. That's why it takes the pressure off of you. Okay? So I'm sitting here waiting for a phone call from a family member, and I'm so excited about this phone call. Listen, I'm going to spend some time with you first, though, because I want you to understand that we are going to get free. You are going to get this debt under control. You are going to feel like you've got a literal raise without eating the beans and rice, without the frugality. You just have to learn how to use the bank. That's the only thing that's happening here. So I want to talk another second about that 28% interest that I told you the lady had that I worked with earlier today. So let's talk about that. 28% in a loan. What is that really? Okay, because you hear me on the channel all the time talking about that your loan interest is not the same as your line interest. So that credit card interest at 29% is not the same as a 28% interest that you might have on a loan. Or maybe you have an 8% interest, or maybe you have a mortgage right now and it's at 3%. If I hear it once, I hear it 100 times in a day. Yeah, I don't want to mess with my mortgage because, well, I've got a 4%, and that's so much lower than, a 29% credit card or an 8% line of credit or 12%, whatever. Because we were taught that 3, 4, 5% home loan mortgage is so much better than a credit card. Is it really? Is it really? Go get your mortgage contract. You've heard me say this before. Get your mortgage contract that you signed. Remember, you had to sign like 30 places when you got your mortgage. Go get your closing statement where they're showing you what your closing cost was in that whole process, which it was expensive, okay? When you go and you look at that closing statement, you're going to probably get angry at first because it's just, we've never heard of it before. We had no idea what that 3, 4, 5, 6, 7% interest really meant to us. The way that you kind of have an idea is when you take your mortgage interest rate that you have, and like I said, don't believe me. I don't care if you believe me or not. I want you to go get your contract that you signed, and I want you to see what you're actually paying, because it's going to say, hey, you have a 4% interest rate. So they're going to say, you have a 4% interest rate on this home. But the next line is going to say, this is not your actual interest rate. Are you believing that? Are you believing that? No. Underneath this, it's going to say this. And if you just take your number, whatever your number is, take it times 2. That's 8, right? So is it 8% interest that you're paying? Is it 8%? I'm going to switch this around because I realize you all are looking at everything backwards. Is it 8%? Or is it at a 0 and you've got 80%? So your 4% interest that you think you're paying on your home may be actually 80%, and it probably is. Go look at your papers and see. If you have a 7%, and that's horrible because you're paying 7 times 2 is 14. Now add a 0. 140%. Are we even believing that that's allowed? And you're sitting there paying it like you have no other choice. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You have a choice not to get your money stolen. So if you are sitting there like I was, having no idea what was going on with the bank tools, I had no idea. I had never even heard there was a line of credit. I had no idea there was a difference between the tools at the bank. But if you're sitting there like I was, and you're paying 4% on a mortgage, or better yet, you've got a check in the mail, and they told you, pay $120 for, 24 months, and, we'll take care of you. So let's see, we do 24 times 100. That would be $2,400. And you only ended up getting $700 or $800 when you cashed the check that comes in the mail, and it was $700. Did you realize that you were going to be making payments that were going to total maybe $2,000, maybe $2,500? No, we're not aware of that, because why? We're just paying attention to that monthly payment, because the monthly payment would make or break me. And think about it, guys. If most of your monthly payment is going to interest, what would happen if you got some of that interest back? Would you be struggling to take your kids to see a movie once a month? Would you be struggling to get to your next paycheck? No. Because why? You wouldn't be throwing your money away anymore. I don't want you guys to throw your money away. I was tired of doing that, and I know that you're exhausted too. And if you'll go to the YouTube channel and you'll watch the videos, they are free. They're free. Go get educated. Do yourself a favor and get educated. It's that easy. And I mean, you don't have to pay anybody. Do you know that I heard a guru? Oh my gosh, I heard a guru. Somebody told me they had paid $7,800 to learn how to do velocity banking. $7,800 to learn something that is completely free on this channel. You just have to watch a video. And for goodness gracious, watch a video. I want you guys free. I tell my husband, me and my husband talk about this every single day. I'm like, if I can just push the message to find some more people that need to learn how to use a bank and to get all of their debt under control, we're going to be one happy nation. One happy nation when we learn that we don't have to be in the struggle. So I want you guys to get free. This is the only reason that the YouTube channel exists. I'm going to tell you, when I started posting videos in February of 2023 on YouTube, I was so excited to share the information that I had with you. And you guys ate it up. Because you know why? You were just like me. My children had nothing growing up because I could afford nothing. We ask them, if you see my kids, say, hey, is your mom telling the truth that you guys didn't even have a Christmas one year? Yeah, they're telling you the truth. We went to Dollar Tree and I think they spent, I don't know, maybe $3. So when I share my struggle with you, I'm doing it because I don't want you to be in that situation. And I'm telling you, I'm here to tell you, you do not have to be in that situation. You do not have to continue the struggle. You do not have to live paycheck to paycheck. Oh my goodness, listen. I I get so excited when I talk about this stuff because I just see, I hear your comments. I see you when I'm out in public. When we do conferences, I get to hug on you guys a little bit because I know what you've been through and you all are so grateful and thankful. And I am so thankful to you for sharing your successes. I had a lady work with me today and she was telling me that she had bought into the Money Max program last week and she was so happy. And I'm so happy for her. But you don't have to buy into anything. For goodness gracious, just get the bank tools under control and everything has to work out. And I made a video probably last week, I don't remember. But I named it It's Not Your Fault. Because I don't care what any guru out there, and you know who I'm talking about, he condemns us. He tells us that we're stupid. He tells us that, it's our fault that we're struggling. It's our fault that we're 60 years old and don't have a retirement. Wow, I could throw something right now that makes me so mad when I think about the way he talks to people. I'm here to tell you that it's not your fault. Because if you weren't paying the interest that you're paying right now every single month for your whole life, because it's a cycle they get you in this cycle and you just continually pay those payments. Hey, we just got to make our payment. Hey, as long as you're not late on that payment. And if you're late, God forbid you're late, there's more charges. That never made any sense to me. It never made any sense to me that I couldn't afford the check that was coming into the bank already and say it's $25 for a pizza that I had to feed my family with the night before. And the check, returns, which, I don't even write checks anymore just because of that reason, because that's such a trauma in my life. But the checks return and the bank has the nerve to charge you $30, $35 because, well, that's what you get. That's your punishment. You were already poor. Now we're going to make you a little bit poor. Now we're really going to make you struggle because we're going to put $35 fee on top of that check that was returned. And then guess what? The people that you wrote the check to, well, they're going to charge you $35. So let's see. We went from 25 for the check, 35 from the bank fee, 35 from the pizza place. We just paid $95 for a pizza. And we can't even afford to pay it. The whole system is messed up. The whole system is messed up. And you have got to get it under control. You're the only one that cares that you don't have enough money to put gas in your car tomorrow. You're the only one that cares that you could not afford to pay for that yearbook for your kid in school this year. Ask my kids. They probably don't have yearbooks for most of their years in school. Ask my kids. They didn't have the money to even go to the book fair where they sell the $5 books. I know what it's like to take $2 that you literally find in coins in the couch to buy a couple of dollars in gas just to get you to your next paycheck. I know this. I'm telling you. Been there, done that when it comes to finances. And I'm telling you that it is heaven on the other side. The good Lord did not set us down here to struggle like we are financially. When Jesus said that he came to give us life and give us life more abundantly. Well, I'm sorry. If I can't sleep at night because I'm dreading the next day and how I'm going to pay that bill I'm supposed to pay, I don't think that's abundant living. I don't think it's abundant to struggle, to feel weighted down with debt. I don't think that's cute. It makes me angry that people are living with that. And I'm telling you, watch some videos, get educated, and get excited. Oh my goodness, get excited. I want to run around the room right now because I'm so excited. Do you know how exciting it is to me that instead of thinking about, okay, I've got to pay that bill tomorrow. I've got to pay that bill tomorrow. How am I going to pay that bill? I get to think, oh boy, we're getting ready to have a teacher appreciation dinner. We're going to take 70 people out to eat. We did that last night. Do you know how exciting that is to go from debt to life? Do you know how exciting that is to know that I can give like I've never given before? Do you know how close you are to doing that? Do you know how close you are to being able to give like you've never given before? And I promise you that you're probably not going to have to wait 10 years, eat beans and rice, and get really, really frugal and, never go on vacation and never go out to eat to accomplish it. I'm telling you, this is your best life. Just learning how to use the tools at the bank. You're going to change your whole game when you learn the difference between a loan and a line, and you learn how to use that line correctly. I know it's rough. I know it's rough. And I am so excited to share some good news with you about what you could really do in your life if you'll just get a little bit education. Okay? How does this work when you are behind? That's a great question. There's a few things that come to my mind. If you already have the credit cards, you're maxed out. If you already have a HELOC, a personal line of credit, if you already have a HELOC, a home equity line of credit, then go to the playlist on the YouTube channel and watch the videos. Okay, because we talk about if you're, you've got multiple credit cards, how to use it. If you look under the playlist, it's called the credit card debt strategies. And it gives you different scenarios of how you may be able to use your own credit cards so that you're gaining some cash flow, because that's exactly where I started. If you all go back to the very first video that I made was about the credit card and how to satisfy that monthly payment so that you're gaining cash flow. Okay. If you have the HELOC, you're going to look under the playlist, and they're the older videos, but they're great videos, and they talk about the HELOC versus the mortgage. Okay? Yes, there's hundreds. I have I think over 900 videos on YouTube, and they all are different scenarios. They're all talking about the difference between the loan and the line. They're talking about how to use the line. So check that out. I want to, before I close out here, I'm going to go back to that 28% loan that I worked with today, and I'm going to tell you what was happening to her finances. She made $6,900 a month. Okay? $6,900. That's a pretty good income. But she was so broke. And I work with this every day. This is just one example. So I'm going to pull up Brett Whistle's calculator. You can also, there's apps that you can get on your iPhone. Carl's mortgage calculator, Carl with a K. Okay. So if you go to Carl's mortgage calculator or Brett Whistle on your computer, you're going to see a mortgage calculator. And you can also use this for the loans. So I'm going to use it right now for the loan that I was looking at today. It was a $60,000 loan. This is a loan. It was at 28%. Oh, I was angry when I saw that because I was like, how low can you go? All right. And it was for 10 years. Okay. So let's talk about what this looks like in payments. So her monthly payment was right at $1,500 per month. Okay. So if you're doing this with me, go to $60,000 on your principal, 28% annual interest rate, and 120 regular payments, which is a 10-year period, and you're going to see that it's $1,493.81 per payment. Now, if you hit show amortization schedule, that'll calculate for us. Do you know what the interest rate that she's paying, this volume of interest? Is it really 28%? Or is it 198.760%? 199% interest on $60,000. Do you know how much interest she's paying on the $60,000? $119,255 in interest only. So that means she's going to pay over $179,000 in a 10-year period for a $60,000 loan. What would she be able to do with $120,000 if she didn't have to throw it away here in interest? What could you do with $120,000 over the next 10 years? So let's look at what her monthly payments look like, because remember, her monthly payments is about $1,493 per month, so say $1,494. And if you go down to the amortization schedule, you're going to see that out of that $1,494 payment per month, $1,400 of it was interest. $1,400 out of a $1,494 payment. $1,400 of it was interest. Now, if she were to get into the right tool and start, whether it be through Money Max, eliminating this interest, or, if she's to use a line of credit correctly, let's just say that she saved $500 of that interest. She's still paying $900 in interest per month, but she's reworked it all. She's got her finances in order here, and she's cut her interest down to $900 a month, but now she has $500 that she saved in interest. What could you do with $500 a month? Would that stop your paycheck to paycheck living? Would that allow you to, I don't know, take your daughters out to see a movie? Maybe you could afford to buy gas for your car tomorrow. That's a lot of money, people. Now we're going to talk, I'm going to go back to this 4%. Did I erase it? No, the 4% mortgage. Let's just talk about that, because you're like, well, that's 28%. Of course, that's high. It's like a credit card interest. No, it's not. The credit card interest is simple interest. This loan here, the loan at 28%, remember, it was at almost 199% interest, even though it says 28%. All right, so we're going to go put in let's do the average home loan right now. The average mortgage is about $450,000, but let's say you got a great deal on a house and you're only going to pay $300,000 for it. Okay, so we're paying $300,000 for the home. We're going to put it at 4% interest. And we're going to do that for 30 years. And let's just see what our monthly payment is. So our monthly payment is going to be $1,432.25. Okay. So you're at a 4%, and we're going to go down on the page, and I'm going to share this with YouTube. I know I can't share it on TikTok, but I'm going to share this on YouTube. And we're going to see what the amortization actually looks like. All right, so here we go. If you're on YouTube, you should be looking at my screen right now, and it is going to be the amortization calculator. I want you to look that it's a $300,000 principal, 4% interest, 360 payments, and then you've got $1,432.25. That's going to be your monthly payment. Now, come down the page here with me, and you're going to see over here on the right where it says 4% annual interest rate. Let's go down to look at the total interest paid. 71.80%. What? But I thought that we were paying 4% interest. 71.87%? We're actually paying 72% nearly in interest on our 4%? What? Would they really do that? Well, let's check it. Let's just kind of look here at what our interest is going to be on this. And if you look over on the left, it says total interest paid, $215,610. Total interest paid. We're only paying $300,000 for the home. So you're talking about adding $215,610 in interest. So that means you're going to pay $515,610 for a $300,000 home. Wow. Do you know what's worse? I know. I don't want you to think I'm crazy all of a sudden, but just please go look at your amortization schedule, and you're going to know this has nothing to do with Christy VANN. This has nothing to do with Christy VANN. This is the actual amortization schedule that the bank is using. Just look at the schedule and see if this interest is $215,000. See how much of that you pay in the first 7 years. I know you're going to gasp if you've never heard this before, or every time we do this. It's breathtaking. It's breathtaking that this much interest is being charged, and is it front loaded? I don't know. Go look at the amortization schedule and tell me what you think. So if you go to month 1, so it's a $1,432 payment, and you've got the interest charge for the first month is $1,000 out of that $1,432. So if you have $432 only going to your principal on your mortgage, then what does that look like for your payoff? It's going to make it take a long, long time, isn't it? So the point is, you have to know what the loans are doing, how to handle the loans, how to get that principal down so you can stop the interest, because you can do it. You easily, we're turning 30-year mortgages into 7 years. And that sounds crazy, doesn't it? Because that's like, okay, she's off her rocker, because there's no way that you can take a 30-year mortgage and turn it into a 7-year payoff period all day long. And if you cannot get a line of credit, please don't sit there and use excuses. If you have a low credit score, if you have a high DTI, as long as you have $1 in cash flow, you can eliminate so much interest just using the Money Max. So you have options. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing my screen. I just wanted to share that, let you guys see exactly what it's showing on a 4%, which is very low right now. Very low compared to what they're actually charging out there. You just have to get educated. You just have to understand exactly what's going on with the bank tool that you're using. Get it under control. And I'm telling you, life financially is going to be different, and your whole life is going to be different, because now you're not focused on the debt and what it's doing to you and your family. Now the vacations are easy every year because you figured it out. Okay, so I just want, oh, thank you so much, Art. I'm not reading the comments really because I'm kind of focused on what we're talking about here, which is so important. It's so important. Somebody has to stop the struggle, and it has to start with you. The Money Max is, oh my gosh, the creator of that is a complete brain. That he was able to come up with something that matches the algorithm, the banks, and being able to actually eliminate the interest off of your loans. Beautiful system. If if you have questions about that, then please go to, I have a contact below. We have even webinars every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Central Time where we're talking about that, talking about the Money Max, what it looks like, what it does. You can get a free personal analysis if you want one. So, like I said, I've got if you go into my description on the YouTube channel, you're going to see the link to join us on Tuesday night there. I have contact form on my website, VANNtasticfinances.com. You can reach out through that if you're wanting to talk to Money Max about a personal analysis. I can send you on to their email when you contact me. The point being is we have answers because you need solutions to your problem, your financial problems. Then you can deal with the life problems. You can deal with you and your spouse when you get out of the financial crazy. Okay? When you get out of this financial chaos, then you can deal with the marital strife. You can deal with your children. You can spend time with them. You can deal with work and what's going on with work. And then you can focus on making money instead of stressing out about your debt. Okay, I want you guys to be happy. And I'm telling you, life gets better when you do not have to worry about how you're going to come up with money just to make it to your next paycheck. I want everybody to be at peace. I want you to be where I am today, not struggling with the debt. I want you guys just to be happy and to know that if finances is your problem, you just happened upon the solution. You just got to watch the videos on YouTube. Okay? To me, 104 increase in 7 months was great, and I owe it all to Christy. Thank you so much, Katie. I appreciate that. Uh, just following Christy on Velocity Banking, using my credit cards as my debt tool, not as a bad debt. Yay for you. Credit cards are our friends if you know how to use them. You don't have to close them out. You don't have to cut them up. They are awesome. I use them every day. You just have to know how to use them. I too hated them. I too had the stupid monthly payment I had to deal with. But you don't have to live that way. And I'm excited that you are on the channel today. You're watching. We have a crowd today. So I don't know what's on TikTok, but I know that YouTube, we've got over 200 watching, and that tells me that you're getting excited about your finances too, and you want to stop the stress. Okay? I want you to stop the stress. Okay? And it's not because you're a spender. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. And I know we have spenders. I know we do. I've even been a spender. Hey, I'm a spender. I like to go out and eat at restaurants. But guess what? I'm not beating myself up about it today if me and my family want to go out and have a meal. And I don't want you to beat yourself up. Again, just learn how to use the tools at the bank. And the stress will be unbelievably relieved. I could sit here and talk to you all night about the different strategies and talk about, how to use those credit cards, but I have videos for that. So I'm going to let you go, and I'm going to let you go watch some videos if you want to. If you don't want to, then don't. You're not, it's okay. I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at you if you don't want to do velocity banking. I'm not mad at you if you don't want to use Money Max. I'm not mad at you if you don't do the infinite banking, but I do all three. And I am excited about it. I'm excited. I want you to be excited about your life again. I want you to be excited about getting out of debt because it's not hard. They just act like it's hard. The gurus out there that's telling you, shame on you. You went to a restaurant, you took your kids to McDonald's when you should have put that $7 on your mortgage balance. Get real. Get real. It's not that hard, Dave. And I'm not beating you guys up because you want to go to the movies, because you want to have a night out, because you want to do a vacation. Oh my gosh, and I forgot to say, I'm getting ready to do a giveaway. We're going to be giving away a cruise for 3 nights on the Norwegian. And I'm so excited about it. I have not released that link yet. I should have had it ready. Wait, do I have it ready? I have it ready. I just don't have it so that I can put it under the video right now. Look at this video. Look at this live here. If you'll look at the live in about 15 minutes, I will put the landing page where you can see to register for the cruise. I'll get that set up. But we're going to do a giveaway. I believe it's on June the 1st. I am going to let you know more about that. So you all hang with me because this is the first cruise I've ever given away. But I'm like, hey, I'm always talking about taking your family on vacation. This is probably just going to be for 2, okay? This is probably just going to be like for you and your spouse. Probably not going to do the family vacation, okay? All right, so I hope that you got, yeah, passport. I know. I've never done a cruise, so I'm a little nervous about that myself. But I hear they're a great time. Okay. So I am excited to do giveaways. I'm excited for you guys. I want to, see if I can give you a push with any information that you need so that you're going to be able to do really great in your financial life. I want to hear back your comments about how good you're doing. And I want you to know that I'm excited for you because I have been in your shoes and I know exactly what you feel like. But I'm telling you, brighter days are ahead. And I want you to be excited about it too. Okay. All right. I'm going to let you guys go. I hope you have a great rest of your evening. Thank you so much for coming on here with me for a minute and listen to me ramble on. But it's so important to me that you all get the help that you're looking for. Okay. All right. You all have a good evening. Have a great rest of your week. And